everyone. This video is a little overdue, at least for me, but I think it's time to talk about Alek Minassian, the guy who tried to instigate a Incel rebellion a few days ago. Well, let's start with the basics. He's 25 years old, and he is was a member of the Incel community. Now, that stands for involuntary celibate. And, God, didn't this guy ever hear of porn? My God. In any case, as you're well aware, these people do not just snap. It takes years for shit like this to happen. Anyway, a few months prior to the attack, he joined the Canadian Armed Forces and voluntarily disenrolled, i.e. quit, in basic training, or recruit training, whatever you want to call it. A few people said, a few of his senior NCOs said that he was obviously not suited to military life, but they never saw any indication that he would do anything like this. Same thing with all the other people. They said, you know, he was a bit, not overtly social, but relatively harmless, this Alek Minassian. And on April 23rd, which is around the time Elliot Rodger would have launched his attack, was supposed to have launched his attack, he stopped it because he got a cold. That being said, he posted online and said, private, you know, Alek Minassian, and then he gave his serial number that he had when he was in the military for a brief period, in the Canadian military for a brief period. And it was like, you know, the Incel rebellion has begun. Punish all of the Chads, kill all the Chads and Stacys. God long live the supreme gentleman, Elliot Rodger. Well, those weren't his exact words, but he did praise Elliot Rodger. Anyway, and if you want to know more about Elliot Rodger, you can check out my videos about Elliot Rodger. I have several. And in any case, Alek Minassian then went on his rampage with only a van as his weapon. He did not use a gun. And he killed 10 people and injured 16 more. Interestingly enough, a lot of these people were not young. They were pretty old. Several of them were in their 80s and even 90s. The youngest were a pair of college students. They were 22. They were both 22, respectively. And anyway, it is just, this guy clearly saw himself as an agent of destiny. Pretty much all of these guys do. And that what he planned to do was, he has no criminal history, but he obviously wanted to make a name for himself. And you know, there are a lot of people online praising these people. And granted, a lot of people are saying, you know, acid attacks and all that crap. I prefer acid attacks to mass murder. Acid attack, if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's really nasty. It's one of those things that the idea is to basically not kill you, but make you wish that you were dead. That's the idea. But anyway, that being said, I'm just, you know, obviously that's very psychologically damaging for a woman. I mean, it's psychologically traumatizing for a man, sure, but it's way worse for a woman for obvious reasons. And anyway, dealing with all of this, and Alek Minassian, like Nicholas Cruz, survived his rampage. Well, he's more like, I guess, a Nidal Hasan, because Nidal Hasan did not plan, obviously, probably did not plan to survive his rampage, and neither did Alek Minassian, because he motioned to the cop. There's a video of him, you know, acting like he's pulling out a gun to cops that have their guns drawn on him. and he's obviously trying to commit suicide by cop. In any case, he failed at that and is now in custody and is charged with 10 counts of murder and 16 counts of attempted murder. Granted, Canada has no death penalty. It abolished it a long time ago. So chances are Alek Minassian will likely be found sane and committed to incarcerated for the remainder of his natural life with no chance of parole. But in any case, what's really interesting is that there are several people online praising him as a hero, just like they praised Elliot Rodger. And Chad and Stacy, Chad's and Stacy's, for the record, they are basically popular people that, you know, get all the attention from the opposite sex. Those are just kind of nicknames they have for them. I don't know how those nicknames came up, but they did. Anyhow, going forward with all of this, several people that are fans of Minassian, you know, are starting to post his picture up of him on their avatars. They also use, you know, Ted Bundy and Elliot Rodger. Now, Elliot Rodger had this whole crazy political philosophy. Someday I'm going to have to do a compare and contrast between him and Alek Minassian, but that's in the future. In about a month, when I begin my week of retribution, where I will unleash a bunch of videos about Elliot Rodger, I will do a compare and contrast between him and Alek Minassian. Anyway, they have pictures of Alek Minassian up on their avatars, Elliot Rodger, Ted Bundy. Now, granted, Elliot Rodger, I don't know if he saw himself as the crusader for the Incel movement or anything, or Incels in general. I think he more or less saw himself as on a crusade for Elliot Rodger. Alek Minassian had a cause in mind. And again, Jesus Christ, haven't these guys ever heard of porn? But all these guys want to throw temper tantrums because they can't get a female. I mean, it's like, haven't you ever heard of porn? In any case, there's a lot of, you know, entitlement going on, and we now live in an entitlement culture. And, you know, do I think there's going to be more Alek Minassians and Elliot Rodgers? Unfortunately, yes. Because all of these guys, they feel so insignificant, they're not getting any attention, and they decide that it's better to be infamous than anonymous. And they will go and try to burn themselves into the pages of history and into the memories of people forever. Anyway, the gun rights groups are kind of like going, it's an assault truck, it's an assault truck, maybe we should ban all assault trucks. And it's, you know, dry humor a bit. It's dark humor, but the reality is that in all seriousness and shit, this proves you don't need a gun to commit mass murder. Timothy McVeigh proved that. The 19 hijackers on 9/11 proved that. You know, Nice proved that. Just so many things proved that. Oh yeah, there's even been a case there was a case in Japan where this guy killed 15 people with a katana. And there was this other case in China where this guy was snuck around with a knife murdering people. He killed 19, by the way. In any case, I thank you for watching my video. You have not seen the last. This is my first video about Alek Minassian, but it is not the last. And I hope you liked it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out, brothers. Till next time.